Hip-hop's crate. Get your crate ready.
What's good, y'all? This is Nikmoody. I'm from Long Island, New York. You're now tuned into Hip-hop's Crate. Get your crate ready. This is Nikmoody, and we're gonna dive right into these crate questions. Let's get to it. All right. Describe you in 5 words. Okay. I say resilient, kind of melancholy sometimes. It's kind of quiet. I guess Moody would probably be a good word to use. I guess, let's see. Just driven, I would say, and passionate. It's 5. What makes Nikmoody different from any other rapper today? I just think I have a unique background. I kind of lived on both sides of the coin. Coming from Canarsie and then moving to Long Island, it's literally like 2 different things. And I just bring that kind of blue collar perspective. I'm Italian, it's part of my culture. So, you know, working hard and being passionate is kind of everything that we do. So I think that kind of sets me apart. And I have an athlete's background as well. That's something that I think a lot of artists don't have. I think I have that next level understanding of what it takes to be successful and get up every day and do it and stay focused and stick to a schedule. So I think those are a couple things that set me apart. Let's see. What was your motivation behind your debut album, Madhouse? That's a good question. Well, it happened during COVID, you know, locked in the damn house all day. I just felt like I was losing my mind. There was a lot of array of emotions. I was going from feeling happy that I didn't have to work and to, you know, reading the news and hearing about somebody getting sick. So I felt like combining all those emotions, that's where Madhouse came from. If you listen to the project, it's a lot of different vibes on there. It goes from, you know, a calm kind of Smino type song to an aggressive, almost metal song. And that moodiness, that temperamentalness, I think is what made that album special. So my motivation was just to create how I was feeling, you know what I mean? Show that up and down roller coaster. Let's get to this next one. How was your experience at Shade45? That was something else, man. That was something else. It's funny because I met Sway like years before at South by Southwest. I like waited in line it's like 4 in the morning just to get on that little freestyle session he had. And I just chopped it up with him. And when I went to Shade45 the second time, I was on Lord Sear and I ran in this way and he remembered me. So I was like, it gave me a little confidence because it's, you know, when you get to those national, everything's on a time limit. They go 10, 9, you know what I mean? It's different, but yeah, man, that was something that gave me a lot of confidence. I think doing that and having that on my belt was something that kind of changed the opinion and showed that I was, you know, serious about it. So I think it was a big moment for me for sure. Who was Nikmoody growing up? Oof. I was a nerdy 4-eyed kid, for sure. But I love sports, I love basketball. I played basketball in college, I played my whole life, so I was an athlete. You know, I was just focused on doing whatever I had to do to play and music came after kind of for me. So I was always a writer, but when I was growing up, it was just sports. You know, I didn't drink, smoke, nothing. I was just all about being an athlete. And then when that fell apart, music came along. So I guess I was just an athletic kid for sure. Who or what made you become a rapper? Just a lot of things, man. Like, I feel like for me, life kind of led me here. I'm not sure if I didn't lose a certain amount of people, if things didn't go my way with sports, I don't think I'd be doing this. So for me, you know, always being around the culture and stuff like that, playing ball and listening to hip hop music, it just kind of came naturally. Like my teammates actually pushed me to go to my first open mic. They're like, I don't understand, you have all these things, you should pursue this. So that's what I did, and never really looked back. I fell in love with it, fell in love with being on stage and the intensity of being in front of a crowd. That kind of made me, you know, fall in love with it. And now, you know, here I am like 6 years later talking to you guys, so here we are. If I can get any feature right now, who would it be? That's a good question. I mean, everybody would love a Kendrick feature, but that's not gonna happen. Realistically, I'd like maybe a Chris Patrick, maybe a Pusha T, a little bit of one of those guys. That would be really cool. I can't think of anybody else. I mean, I love Atmosphere. If he was on there at one of my records, that'd be legendary. He's the whole reason why I'm doing this. So, Atmosphere, if you're watching, Slug, let's get it going. Who is Nikmoody? I guess it's just Nikmoody is the result of me being, like I said before, just a quiet guy overall. I kind of keep things in, and Nikmoody is kind of my way of expressing it, pushing it out there, and you know, just expressing myself in a way that I normally can't. You know, I always feel like I don't say the right things in person, but music is an opportunity for me to formulate my words in a way I want to. So I think Nikmoody is just a result of being pent up all the time. Let's see. What is next for Nikmoody? What is next? Okay. I'm trying to change the narrative, really. That's really my next thing. My next project is film-based. I went to school for screenwriting, so I'm kind of trying to combine my worlds. My girl is also an actress. She's a musician, producer. So we're gonna turn my next album into a film, and we're gonna release it that way. It's something that I don't think anyone's really ever done before, and something that really gets me pretty excited about the next project. That's gonna be coming by the end of the year. We start filming in a couple weeks, and it's taken a lot of money, a lot of effort, but you know, I'm throwing it all out there on this next one, so we'll see what happens. Who would you want to put on your album that you feel you left off? You mean like locally? Like people we know? Well, my man Marco, not Marco, he wasn't on there. I wish he was. I asked him for the feature, he didn't want to do it. My boy Marlo Demore, it's one of my best friends. I have had songs with him, but he's still pissed off at me that he wasn't on the album. So I gotta get him on there for sure. Yeah, I would say those two for sure, Marco and Marlo. And that is all. This is Nikmoody, and those are my crate questions. This is Nikmoody, and here's my crate vision. 35 years, I want to be making my own movies. I want to kind of walk that line between music and film and be innovative in the way that we put out content and the way that, you know, Childish Gambino and even guys like LiL Dicky have been able to combine those two worlds. That's my goal. I want to be able to tour as an artist and put out a show or a film in the same year. That's kind of my goal. And if I don't make it, I don't really think that's an option right now. I got all my ducks and my eggs in one basket. I've kind of thrown everything at this. I don't really think about that because there is no other way for me right now. But I guess if I don't make it, I'll figure it out just like I figured it out always. You know, right now I work at a restaurant serving tables just to get by and produce all this content. I'm sure I'll be able to figure out a way to make money, but to me, it's music or nothing right now, so it is what it is. This is Nikmoody, that was my crate vision. This is Nikmoody, this is my crate vibe. I used to think I had to yell for y'all to hear me. I was in a war, I couldn't help but find a theory. If I take a couple of these L's in front of Siri, I'ma crop them both together, that's a dub, I see it clearly. I was 13. Out here playing AAU, white boy with his dukes up. JJ who, I'm in my prime, I deliver on the same day too. I'm blowing up without a Cuban link. Bad boys too. About my green, I think like androids do. Cause that drip is just a shell you really Blastoise blue. I guess no one ever taught you what these hands might do. I stand poised too, so what you think is last chance you? Nah. See, I'm about to change the narrative, let's manifest.
Forget a deal, let's go to Netflix. I'm a man obsessed. I feel like De Niro when his glass is full of anisette. I won't let you drag it, you're as valid as a rapid test. I might sue for damages till you remove the asterisk. They don't go to open mics, but they know who your pastor is. I won't stop until I clench the fist of every activist. So that's the guy from, shit, I can't remember who the actor is. It's Moody. This is Nikmoody, and that was my crate vibe.
Hip hop's crate. Get your crate ready.